2009 vibe. You know it. You love it. Winter's here. Need to add a new battery. The old one was 5 years old, 6 years old. And because we love our block heaters, we're going to install a block heater. The Toyota 1.8 and 2.4, this is the 2.4, it's the big dog, the GT. Oh, we got snow falling. Is they use those cartridge type block heaters. So there's actually kind of like a cavity or a port down on, I gotta get the air box out of there, down on the side of the block. And these guys, they sneak in, and there's a little bolt that holds like a wiring loom in place. And then they recommend putting some heat sink thermally conductive compound. So the same kind of thing, like if you're a big PC gamer and you're adding a new cooler onto your processor, you add that on the sides of this, so it helps get the heat out away from here. So this is 400 watts. We tested it and plugged it in. 400 watts. It gets hot immediately. And so you can get really big ones. This is 400. They had some smaller ones. They had some way bigger ones. And it just goes right into the side of this aluminum block. And it doesn't go onto the oil pan, doesn't go onto into the, like a freeze plug would be, into the water jackets. It just goes into the side of the block. So essentially it heats that part of the block, which will then heat the water that is around there in the block. So, yeah, it's supposed to get 15 plus below coming up in a week. I traded this with my son's 2000 Ford Contour, which is starting to lose fourth gear. Have another sibling driving that right now that doesn't need to drive on highways and freeways. So I figure this guy, pretty low miles, has I think 107 on it for an 09, and should be good. So block heater updates incoming. So we got to get down here. So we're gonna take the air box off. Plastic connectors should be as easy as pushing that to lift that up. This one's real sticky. So that came loose and that came loose. I'm just gonna take the whole mass airflow meter right out of there. Got this seat loose, and then we'll go through and kind of pry that up real careful to get the rubber off. Connector, 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 and then the top of the air box should be free. So, radiator hose picks. See how one is sharp, and one we broke the end off a while back, but never sharpened it, because having one that's kind of dull works really well to get in and around some of the plastic edges, whereas the sharp could puncture through a rubber line or a boot or something like that. We like the dull sometimes, just to get in and around where you need to. So think about that. One sharp, one dull, works super well. I don't even know what brand these are. I don't know. Can't read that anymore. Oh yeah, KD, just El Cheapos, but they work well. And just like that, the boot came clean. You can inspect the kind of pre-filter there. There's our filter we put in. Nothing hiding under there, which is good. can see a little bit dirty, but not bad. I think we replaced this not too long ago. Yeah, we'll vacuum that out. And then actually we think we're gonna pop the bottom of the free too, because we gotta get kind of down under there. So, no, looks good. Pretty easy so far. So those are 10 millimeter here at the bottom of the base. Cracked them open with a wrench, and now we'll use a little acceleration to take them out. Gonna go the right way. So make sure they all look to be the same length. I would say they are. So no need to put them in any special order. And then make sure we got nothing holding in place. And then we'll give her, from what I've read, is there's a rubber molding where it kind of pops in place. So we'll give her a little tug and see what it comes. So there's a metal harness or wiring harness that goes right here, and this little clip on the back of the base of the air box kind of holds that. It goes right here where my thumb is, so you can kind of push. Can't really see it, but you push this button right here and it releases it after a battle. So that came off pretty easy. And then of course it plugs into where the air intake actually comes in right there. And not too bad. Got it out. Okay, this will be tricky. Right there in the center is the hole. And then right above it, pardon my angle, you see that there's a bracket that holds a like a wiring loom in place. So that bolt's got to come out, and then you can tack. This guy goes into there. I put a little glue on there just to hold it. I don't think it's as tight as it should be, so put a little glue, let that dry. And then this holds it, this will hold it in place. So, I'm gonna get that bolt out, get the loom out of the place, get this gooped up with the paste, the thermal paste, make sure this is lined up the right way, jam it in. The cord looks short, but if I run it right by, if I go right by the battery, it will definitely have room to come out here, no problem. So, okay, that's the update. That was hard to get down there, but we made it. We're getting there. Okay, full disclosure. The block heater that we got does not fit in that hole you can see right there in the middle of the screen. Went through and took that bolt out, get ready to put it in, and it will go in about part way. And so apparently we were given the wrong parts or the wrong part number or whatever. So plan B, like I said, it's getting cold. We are gonna put all this back together and just gonna do a magnetic block heater. The oil pan on this is metal. So some newer front wheel drive, your whole block and your pan are all cast aluminum, like the head here. But we're gonna magnetize it on the side, run the cord out the front, and then investigate more on that part. So I've got a family member heading off to grab that. We are going to put the airbox, everything back together. Hopefully by the time they get back, we can get that in and go from there. Because we got other stuff we want to finish today. Plan B. So you've seen these. There's your part number. Magnetic heater. They just go onto a flat surface. All we did was put it on The front of the engine block, you can't see it, but trust me, it's there. Front of the oil pan, she's there. And ran it through the front. So we will investigate on what's up with the part that was supposed to be right, but it wasn't. So this will work. The only thing, they're magnetic, so hopefully, as long as you don't go rally crossing too much, even though it's a race car, it should be.
She's a Gran Turismo.
It should be okay. So that's wrapping up the vibe. I'll try to grab a picture of the heater and we'll sneak it in right here somewhere, and you get an idea what it looks like. So this
thing doesn't weigh anything.
Magnetic right on the front. We have a feat of strength going on here, people. A feat of strength.
A foot of strength.
Foot of strength. Okay. I guess that's what we got. We got more jobs coming in, so we got to move this one down the road. And been quite a project in the last year since we've had this thing. Lots of stuff going on, but yeah, the wheels are perfect.
Great.
Get some steel snow tires. Get some used snow tires. They're great. Okay, never forget, Minnesota is rust. Here in Minnesota, when it comes to dealing with melted snow in your shop, you can never have enough fans to dry it out. Never forget, Minnesota is sometimes melted snow.